This is Real Conversations with Anita, a mental health podcast brought to you by Iltizam by Ekuinas and MIASA Malaysia. Assalamualaikum dan hai semua. Hari ini kita berpeluang bersama dengan penaja kita Iltizam by Ekuinas yang diwakili oleh Encik Hizwani Hassan, pengarah hal ehwal pihak berkepentingan ataupun Director of Stakeholders Interest. Jadi terima kasih Encik Hizwani kerana meluangkan masa hari ini bersama kami di Real Conversations with Anita, podcast kesihatan mental yang baru sahaja bertapak di dalam dunia podcast tahun ini, dan sudah tentu impian kami ini tidak dapat direalisasikan kalau bukan dengan sokongan Iltizam by Ekuinas. Alhamdulillah. Jadi hari ini kita nak berborak sikit lah dengan Encik Hizwani, nak mengenali sedikit sebanyak mungkin tentang Encik Hizwani sendiri dan juga Iltizam by Ekuinas ni. Saya difahamkan Encik Hizwani juga merupakan penulis buku.
Okay.
Pilih kerjaya bukan kerja. Saya suka ni. Mungkin Encik Hizwani nak mulakan dengan tu, kita buka.
Ni saya mewakili syarikat, takkan nak iklankan buku?
Boleh. Kita tolong menolong.
Okay, so since pilih kerjaya bukan kerja is arise sebab dulu pada tahun awal 2000 saya banyak membantu graduan-graduan yang menganggur.
Okay.
Dan selalu dapat soalan-soalan yang sama.
Faham.
Jadi daripada nak menjawab seorang-seorang, saya dengan seorang kawan ni, Fakul Faris, telah decide to tulis buku. Dan pada waktu tersebut, saya sebenarnya lagi senang nak mula dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Okay.
Tapi sebab kami tahu yang market audience kami dan yang memerlukan bantuan ni adalah orang-orang Melayu Bumi Putra. So kita buat dalam bahasa Melayu. Jadi mengambil masa yang agak panjang untuk buat.
Berapa lama tu?
Setahun.
Setahun. Okey lah tu. Alhamdulillah.
So,
Alhamdulillah. Usaha yang sangat murni Encik Hizwani. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Dan juga program pembangunan profesional Iltizam anjuran Ekuinas. Dan ini merupakan usaha yang sangat baik ya bagi graduan tanah air untuk meningkatkan kebolehpasaran dalam industri. Mungkin boleh kupas sikit Encik Hizwani.
Okey, jadi
progress ni macam mana?
Alhamdulillah. So sekarang kita dah ada lebih kurang 700 graduan yang telah melalui program kami. Ini adalah tahun ke-12.
Lama dah.
Tahun ke-12. Jadi kita mula dulu dengan pilot je. 9 orang graduan.
Okay.
Sekarang ni tiap-tiap tahun kita ambil 75. Dan kita ambil daripada golongan underprivileged, we say. Normally yang dah tidak bekerja selepas graduate, selepas 6 bulan. Dan melalui program ini. Dan apa yang kami buat adalah macam finishing school. So dia semua dah ada degree. Betul. Cuma mungkin tak ada peluang, tak ada connection, tak ada network.
Betul.
Dan kebanyakan mereka mungkin telah belajar dalam bidang yang susah dapat kerja. Jadi kami melatih mereka untuk you boleh buat kerja apa saja asalkan you minat.
Kriteria dia apa tu Encik Hizwani?
Umur bawah 29, telah menganggur lebih daripada 6 bulan. Family income bawah 5,000. Dan setiap tahun kita buat pengambilan kita akan iklankan mula bulan Ogos. So tak lagi ni, bulan Ogos. Dan akan masuk lapor diri pada bulan Januari.
I see, okay.
Dan selama mereka dengan kita, dia diletakkan dekat pelbagai syarikat yang ada syarikat Ekuinas ataupun syarikat yang kawan-kawan Ekuinas. Dan 36 syarikat, dan mereka akan dapat gaji 2,500 sebulan. Buat kerja
sebagai permulaan ataupun di bawah program
di bawah program ini.
Okay,
dan harapan kami adalah bila mereka habis program ni, mereka boleh dapat gaji yang lebih banyak.
Okey, jadi program ni setahun ya?
Setahun.
Okey.
Setahun. Jadi ada kontrak kerja, ada EPF, ada SOXO.
Oh, masya-Allah.
Dan latihan. Setiap bulan 3 hari latihan, ada coaching, ada mentoring.
Okey, jadi tak kira bidang apa lah
tak
maksudnya.
Kira bidang apa.
Jurusan apa yang mereka graduate tu apa-apa.
Yang penting dia layak. So kita kalau dalam bahasa Inggeris kita bagi pada mereka yang deserving. So dia bukan 100% merit. So sebagai contoh, ada 2 orang dia punya scoring sama, tapi seorang tu okay, kita kebait okay dulu. Ada 2 orang scoring dia sama, seorang tu mungkin menganggur dah 2 tahun and daripada family yang income lagi rendah, kita bagi orang yang tu.
MashaAllah, such a noble effort. So this is the Iltizam Professional Development Program di bawah Ekuinas. So these are for graduates, local graduates. So criteria wise, we are looking at 29 years old and below. Also
unemployed more than 6 months.
Unemployed less than 6 months and family income less than 5,000.
And any degree.
Any degree, and you start marketing this in August. And then they start reporting in January. And then they begin with a 2,500 salary for a span of 1 year, including EPF, SOXO.
And medical benefits. So
That's
what
very
you
good.
find is macam tahun ni, for example, the intake tahun ni, kita ada ramai pure science. It seems like physics, chemistry, they're not sure what work they can get.
Yes,
And we also have a
betul.
few from Syariah. Again, with Syariah, what do you do kan? Takkan nak jadi ustaz. So you find that.
I see. So kita tengok bagi latihan lah ni ya.
So kita ambil that maximum kan, ataupun what Confucius said, kita boleh bagi orang ikan, dia boleh kenyang sehari.
Betul.
We teach them how to fish, they will be kenyang forever.
Betul. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much Encik Hizwani for that explanation. Now tell us a little bit, I mean of course Ekuinas, Ekuiti Nasional Berhad, many of us know, tapi this is within the mental health space. Jadi mungkin banyak lagi orang yang mungkin tak mengenali ataupun tidak tahu sebenarnya Ekuinas ni, what do you guys do? So maybe Encik Hizwani, if you can explain a little bit on the role of Ekuinas.
Okay. So Ekuinas, the full name is Ekuiti Nasional Berhad. We are an investment fund manager for private equity. So private equity means we buy private companies. And we are under Kementerian Economy. So we are a government fund with a fund of 5 billion. So with that, we invest in companies. Normally companies, anything from 10 million and above in terms of value. So sebagai contoh, dalam kita punya portfolio, kita ada Icon Offshore yang baru jual. Kita ada Cosmo Point, ada Unita, Manhattan Fish Market and such. So we have a total about 36 different investments.
Wow.
So normally what we do is we build the company and then we make the profits from selling that company by building it up. And from that profits, we then give back to society through Iltizam. Iltizam is our CSR arm.
Betul. And how did Iltizam come about? What's the story behind it?
Okay, the backstory simple is because we only invest in big companies, so therefore we have a lot of entrepreneurs bumi putra yang datang nak jumpa. Tapi kita boleh bantu, kita tak invest sebab terlalu kecil. Tapi kita tak nak lah menghalau mereka atau suruh dia balik empty-handed. So that's how we started to help small businesses, and we formalized it in 2016 by creating the Iltizam brand.
I see. So what is the area of focus for Iltizam itself?
Okay, so Iltizam actually has 3 different pillars.
Okay.
So pillar pertama, entrepreneurship, that's our core. And okay, so I will talk about that later. So second is education, where just now you mentioned about the professional development program. And third is community. So community where mental health comes in.
Community is always last in Encik Hizwani. Why?
It's not last, it's C.
It's C. What does that mean?
Okay, tak apa. So because Ekuinas is entrepreneurship investment, so that's why we did entrepreneurship. And the graduate training program actually started dulu because we wanted to recruit people for our companies. So that was the original.
Faham?
But now most of the graduates who join our program are not with our companies.
They go outside.
So now because it's companies outside who know about this, so now they actually apply to be part of it. And actually MIASA pun boleh, insyaAllah.
Inshallah. That's good. Okay. Now tell me a little bit more so you spoke about the 3 pillars now, the community, because mental health generally falls under community in the sense. Why, how and why did Iltizam decide to focus on mental health? Okay,
so there's a backstory as well, right? Yes. So community is actually mental health was never in community. So what happened is in the PKP 2020, right? So
pandemic.
So from the graduate training program, we saw that masa kan people work from home, so we keep in touch with our 75 trainees, and we discovered 1 or 2 who may seem to be having issues that we were not familiar with, because I think he's extrovert and cooped up.
Betul.
Okay, so then started to study lah. So personally, me and my team, we started to get people like Dr. Hazli, Dr. Alizi, Aiman psychologist. So that's why when we said that we want to sponsor it, we said that we would like to have these individuals because they were the ones who helped us in those days. So that's how we started, and then we felt that ni seems like to be a real issue, and we see that not just these issues increasing, because every year every batch kan we started with 2020 ada 1-2, then the next batch macam ada lagi, then so macam tahun ni we believe we have a few more who have mental challenges, and we want to do more lah. So that's how when we saw MIASA wanted to do this podcast program, kita rasa yang benda ni is going to be out there, and people can use evergreen. So that's how we started.
Alhamdulillah.
And actually the issue of mental health ni for us is, one is people don't understand what it is.
Yeah.
Number two, the tabu ataupun the stigma. So tabu stigma ni for us when we see it, and which you definitely know, satu is the person suffering tu dia rasa I boleh ke mengaku ada benda ni, right? And the other one is people who meet people with issues, they do not know how to react. So I think that's why we want to get involved in this.
They don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
So through the focus of Iltizam right now in mental health, how do you see this has translated to maybe more support within the workplace, either with Ekuinas ataupun Iltizam sendiri, or maybe even your partners?
Okay, so within Ekuinas, I believe the biggest thing for us is our HR. So our HR, because dulu when in 2010 we have these issues, we are not sure who we can talk to. But now we find that within our organization, everybody understands these real issues, and we are not worried about having conversations. And we know that when we have conversations, let's say we have person A ada issue, we know that when we discuss with our HR about person A, it's all going to be confidential. Dia tak jadi macam benda yang we cannot trust people to talk with. So that's a big thing. So maybe the next layer, it will be our placement companies, because our placement companies is beyond our control. So we hope that as we go along, we can also educate them. So for example, this year, when amongst our intake this year, when we know ada yang memang ada confirm mental punya health issues, so when we want to place them, we will want to declare. So we then started to identify company mana yang open to this and company mana yang tak.
Mashallah, alhamdulillah. So these,
because if we don't take them, they, as we said just now, they're unemployed.
Betul.
Right? Kalau kita tak ambil derang, they're gonna be more unemployed.
Betul.
So at least if they join a program, then if they had issues in the past, nak recover, then they know they've turn around, kan?
Right. So do you guys have these conversations with these individuals with living with a mental health condition, asking if they want to openly declare?
Yeah. Okay. Every year ada, last year nearly 2,000 apply for this program.
Okay.
We have all these layers of tapisan. Then bila final offer is made to 75, and those yang declare atau kita tahu ada issues, then we will meet them for a separate interview. So we want to know condition, apa yang no, apa yang okay. Then that's when we decide, okay, which is the best company for them to go to.
MashaAllah, that's so good. I'm so interested in that program. Tell me one success story, Encik Hizwani, from that program. No, because you said it's underprivileged, and this is really the area of MIASA as well. So maybe that could be a source of inspiration for those out there, kan?
Okay, so if I want to, there's so many success stories. So okay, so sedikit ikhlas sikit kan. One of the things about this program, what we take pride, the CEO take pride, is that we know every single trainee. So they're not just a number. So even those from batch 2014-15, we're still in touch with them. So anyway, since you asked, okay, so this is guy nama dia Haziq. So Haziq, you know who you are. So Haziq is batch
Congratulations, Haziq.
Batch 2021.
Okay.
So when he joined the program, memang peak COVID, right? So he joined the batch yang actually they came for induction. Next day terus PKP. So terus online.
Betul.
Okay, so this guy
online
is
yang terkapai-kapai lah, tak tahu apa lagi masa tu.
This guy is okay, I really respect him because he comes from a single mother punya family. Okay. So mother dia memang raise him very well, I believe, the mother. And dia kata dia punya ambition is supaya mak dia tak payah susah nak kerja. Okay, so the thing about him, dia minat crocodile, dia minat all this marine. So he did marine biology, he did masters, but he was unemployed. So when he joined our program, he was placed in our department, and he was doing stakeholder management. Okay. Totally different field. And actually he was working for Puanoli. You met Puanoli, right? Met. Okay, so I think the first 3 months memang dia struggle gila. Ada struggle gila.
Sebab luar bidang
kena luar bidang, kena buat Excel. And sorry Haziq, I never told you this. Masa tu I thought you were one of the worst I ever had. Okay, sorry lah. Tapi
there's a good ending to this.
There's a good ending. Tapi we always think that way, we never say, because we always believe that anybody who comes to our program, if they akan berusaha, kita boleh make you a better person. Alright, so anyway, at the end of the program, memang banyak-banyak berubah. His English jadi power. Dia boleh buat Excel. And throughout the whole PKP, he kept taking courses. He kept doing, other than the courses that we were doing,
he did other things.
He did other things. He did finance for non-finance. His PowerPoint memang super. I think public speaking, macam-macam dia buat.
Subhanallah.
Okay, so anyway, he ended up joining stakeholder management, luar bidang, for
that the whole year.
Yeah, after he finished with us, he joined another government agency as a stakeholder management guy. And now he's just about to join the biggest pension fund in Malaysia. So tak payah cakap, tapi you tahu.
Betul? Yeah. Masya Allah.
So his batch 2021. So that's 3 years dah memang super progress.
Betul lah. So the story behind this is don't prejudge.
Itu satu yang kami usaha dalam program kami supaya everybody come in fresh. One of the things that we have during orientation is we will say Control Alt Delete. Maknanya you reboot yourself and you start from scratch. Right. And whatever your history, we don't care.
Faham. Yalah, so basically everyone starts with the same baseline lah.
Yep. So as an example, we have a Best Trainee of the Year award. So that award does not go to the best trainee. That award goes to the person that has improved the most.
The most improved.
So kalau you masuk really bottom, you banyak progress, you get the award.
Betul. Yeah, that's how many international schools,
right.
I know more about schools, tapi that's how international school does it. They give it to the most improved. Sebab kalau dah Excel tu, dia Excel je dekat atas ni. Masya Allah. Okay, Encik Hizwani, mungkin one last question for you. What are your hopes ataupun Ekuinas punya hope ataupun Iltizam by Ekuinas, I think overall lah, for this podcast ataupun for the mental health space in Malaysia specifically mungkin?
Okay, for this podcast specifically, we hope that it becomes a resource. If somebody is having issues with mental, don't know where to go to, do not know where to turn to, the podcast exists and all the episodes are nice and they take time to find what resonates with them. Betul. Itu satu lah. Kedua, MIASA punya nama gets known and your services gets known because many people don't know what you do.
Right.
So then as a whole, that will help people, either those who are suffering or those who have friends or relatives who are suffering. And third is for the general population or community to learn about it. So that they know that, okay, this exists. It's not a fun thing. It exists and you know what to do.
Betul.
Because maybe today, a lot of us maybe don't have it. One day you may have relatives who have it, who have issues. Or one day you may have kids who have those issues. Then you kena faham.
Betul. Thank you very much, Encik Hizwani. I think that's, very, very important points. One of the things that we always say is understanding mental health help is something that people need to understand. Sebab services in the community sebenarnya banyak. Tetapi if you don't know how to navigate within these services. And a lot of people, the FAQs yang kita selalu dapat adalah, what's the first step? Who do I see first? Where do I go? How much does it cost? I don't have money. So there's a lot of things. So sebab tu kita kata, if we are able to, everyone is able to share all these different resources, like what you said, the podcast is a resource. It's actually a huge resource sebab setiap minggu you have different people, different guests from different perspectives, different industries within the impact space, within the corporate world. So di banyak sebenarnya. So I think that's a really, really important point. Encik Hizwani, thank you very much. And of course, the other thing is also we hope there is going to be continuity sebab things change. There are going to be breakthroughs in different areas. So we really hope that those of you especially who follow MIASA ataupun within the impact space ataupun who follows Iltizam by Ekuinas and Ekuinas and also partners of Ekuinas, we can all learn together. This is definitely a collective effort kan Encik Hizwani, and hopefully when we know more, we can do more, but especially we can do better overall. So this is the hope as well for us. So thank you very much Encik Hizwani, and also thank you to the entire team of Iltizam by Ekuinas, and of course Ekuinas as a whole for doing this, for supporting the community, and of course your other pillars, entrepreneurship, education, overall semuanya penting, and hopefully we can do more for the society collectively, inshallah. Thank you so much Encik Hizwani once again.
Thank you for trusting us.
Thank you so much for your support. Alhamdulillah. So that's it folks with Encik Hizwani. pengarah hal ehwal pihak berkepentingan ataupun Director of Stakeholders Interest from Iltizam by Ekuinas. We thank Ekuinas and also Iltizam by Ekuinas for your utmost support, for supporting MIASA for this podcast. Hopefully we can do more and we can work together in future, inshallah. So thank you very much, everyone. Stay tuned for our podcast, Real Conversations with Anita, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. via Spotify, Real Conversations with Anita, and also YouTube, MIASA Malaysia. Take care, everyone. This is Real Conversations with Anita, a mental health podcast brought to you by Iltizam by Ekuinas and MIASA Malaysia.